How do you deal with the imposter syndrome? When do you stop editing your script? I'm Ela Thier of the Independent Film School, and pretty often I offer free training sessions to our community members. And so many great questions come in that I can't get to. So I got a backlog here of hundreds of questions that I've not gotten to answer, and I'm going to do it now. Let's see how many questions I can answer in 5 minutes. Ready, set, and boom. Okay, let's see. This big decision that a character makes at the end of a story. This is Sadi referring to something I was teaching. Let's see, does the character making this big decision at the end of the story have to be the main character? If not, do you have any examples where the character making the big decision is not the main character? So yes, it's a big misnomer. A lot of people think that the main character is the person who changes. And while that's true in many stories, maybe even most stories, it's not always true. You can write wonderful stories where the main character is not the one who undergoes change. And they're not the ones who have that character arc where they make some big momentous decision at the end of the story. An example is Mary Poppins, who measures herself and says practically perfect in every way. She's the main character, but it's Mr. Banks who decides to laugh at the bank and go fly a kite. He's this grim workaholic and ignores his children, and at the end of the story he plays with his children. So he's the one who transforms, who makes a big decision. When he's fired, he makes the decision to reply with supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Can you tell I've seen that movie a few times? All right, moving on. Roberta asks, how do you get to the point where agents will read your work? Step one, don't worry about it. Just do your work and enjoy it. If you enjoy the process, who cares what leads to what? Enjoy the process, create work you love, write, and eventually you're going to have to learn how to produce your work. Sorry, plot spoiler. The agents will come when your work starts to gain some traction and they're seeing money in it. Honestly, I hate to say it, but it's true. Okay, Myriad asks, how do you deal with the imposter syndrome? Yes, I'm seeing I have 3 minutes. I need 3 hours for this one. But in short, you got a little sock puppet here, and it's not your doing. You didn't put it there. I think the societies we live in contaminate all of us with a sock puppet that says, you're bad, you're not original, this is too cliche, this is too original, nobody will understand it, this is bad, whatever it is. Me. And the more you write, the louder it's going to get. So if you procrastinate and you don't write, this thing will get sleepier and quieter. If you start to write, it's going to wake up and be like, you're doing it wrong. And if you really, as you get to the finish line of the script, this thing is going to scream, it's bad, danger, stop writing. You could write what it says, give it some airtime. I like doing listening pairs where you exchange listening time with someone. And so with someone's attention, when it's, your turn to share yourself, just let them know what the sock puppet is saying to you. Any noise in your mind that is not kind to you is lying to you. It's just flat out lie. Any noise in your mind that is not kind is a bunch of lies that were put in here that now you're telling yourself. All right, thanks, Myriad, for the question. Capewood 9061 is asking, how do you know when to stop editing your script? Well, either when you feel like it's perfect and you love it, or when you're starting to feel like you're beating a dead horse and you're writing yourself in circles, and it's at that point you don't need a focus group, but you need one person you trust who actually writes. Get feedback from people who write, not feedback from people who give feedback and never actually write, because writing blocks are contagious, and a lot of people who give feedback are blocked, and so you just need one person whose opinion you trust and ask them if the script is done. And talk to them about it. Okay, 50 seconds here. Can this big decision, I was talking about story endings before, still be just as impactful if the character decides to remain stuck in their pattern, remain flawed? Yes, this is a question from Mike. So you could have a story where the character stays stuck in their pattern, and that's the theme of your story. You're basically choosing to tell us as a writer that there is no hope, that people cannot progress. So I'm not going to fault you for wanting to express that, and I certainly feel that often. But I would challenge you to think about what messages do you want to put out in the world. That was 5 minutes. You've subscribed to my channel because you dig these videos. Now click below and join the independent film school. That rhymes, I think, and doesn't. Let's go a lot more in depth. Most of what I offer is free. Join me in there. Okay, I'll see you there.